dream is to build a technology-connected portable animal crate.
We made it to the Westlake Ace.
Let's ask for money.
We got a box, a crate.
All we need to do is kind of add in some electronics and we'll be good to go.
Bam!
Day 2 is pretty intense. They start their day with a hardware store run.
I'd like to give a special shout out to Jeff and Steve and the entire team here at the Westlake Ace. We got $200 for each team. You got 1 hour, and I expect you guys to be busy, active, and finding as many materials as you can. Let's do this. Come and get your money.
Find something?
I think anything's gonna perfectly fit what we need.
Oh, look, we can use a
Chicken.
Oh.
Try to say it.
Is this something? Is this the same thing?
Oh yeah, and they're thinner.
This works. Let's just go with this. Perfect. What are you looking for? A speaker?
Speaker and a light?
I didn't see
I
any
would
for
have to
me.
make that.
We got the light.
Let's get an extension cord. We can cut off the female end, keep the male end, and just splice that right into this, and then we can put an inline like wall switch.
Little zip ties?
You can use zip ties. Let's just get these, just in case.
We got a box, a crate.
We're going to basically make a sensory cover that's going to block out sound, block out light. So when you have those dogs who are afraid during a thunderstorm, or maybe it's the 4th of July,
Or back of a car.
or back of a car, it's going to block out that light, it's going to play some background noise, and it's going to calm the animal.
You need like 2.5 feet.
Is that the length? Yeah.
30 inches.
You can always go a little longer if we need to cut it to size later, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's more than double my size.
That is more than double all of our height.
Yay! Okay, well this is like perfect because it's so small.
We'll have a collar that's going to attach to the dog that's in the crate. That will have a little device that will be able to track multiple different things. But we're trying to figure out a collar that's going to be able to attach to it.
Like so these will flap open like this. If you mount a servo above, right here with a rack, and another attachment point that pivots.
Pull them all up at once. Show it.
So when that servo actuates down, that arm will change height relative to this, and when it changes height, that rack presses up against the louvers.
I think we could make something like that.
Jimmy got the goodies. Jimmy turned around the cameras, wants to know what you got. Your
4 Snickers and 2 big bags of liquor.
Jimmy's good for the afternoon.
We got some goodies.
Hinges.
Pet bowl, hinges.
Candles.
Those are for you to not get locked out of your car anymore.
We got the light we're gonna color. Candles for the presentation. And latch and some really, really cute, itsy bitsy, tiny little hinges. So those are great.
So landscape fabric is like really easily tearable and it's kind of flimsy. Like all it's supposed to do is protect the plants from getting eaten. Really.
Yeah, so I don't think we really can use that.
To have a door that is, I'm able to take off and put back on magnets.
It's always a good option. Magnets. Especially for a prototype. Yeah, just recessed magnets and it would look flush and it just pulls right off.
Okay.
How much is this and our PVC? We need to do the math.
How much was that? Did you catch it?
Go back.
Okay, we're 15 minutes. All right, let's go. We'll see what they need. Last minute stuff.
That's cat.
Maybe the next aisle?
Okay, let's ask somebody.
Don't freak out.
I was thinking of like a drawer liner, that non-skid stuff.
Well, perfect.
What?
Now what?
we have hinges, and then we have backup hinges.
And then back up to the backup
AKA cable ties, and then back up to the backup hinges, which is duct tape. I mean, it's everything, you know, everything a dog crate would want.
We have like $5 left.
Great.
Budget. Good project management, ladies.
All right, so get the 200 stock.
All right, 218, 18.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
221.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
There. Go ahead. Thank you.
We finished up shopping. Team spent everything they could, and we got to go back to the makerspace. It's time to make chips and sawdust. We got to get building.
After the hardware store run, they come back and then it's build, build, build. They've got their CAD design usually started, then we're 3D printing, we're using the CNC router, we're woodworking, we're laser cutting, we're making all those things happen together in order to get their prototypes done and completed.
You can hear a good weld. If you hear something that sounds like bacon frying, you're getting enough penetration into the metal. If you hear sputtering, there are several reasons why this could be happening. Number one, your stick out from your contact tip is too long. You want to keep about 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch of stick out from your contact tip. You may not have a good ground contact. Welding current will follow the path of least resistance, so you want to make sure to ground your steel closest to your workpiece. When you set up your machine, you want to make sure to match your wire size with your drive roller size, as well as your contact tip size. If you don't, none of these settings on your machine will be accurate. It could also cause jamming or balling up of your wire in the machine.
The CNC is probably our biggest use area.
They use a machine that cuts out all of the pieces from wood to make our prototype.
We're able to accurately create shapes and geometries that would normally be pretty difficult to do by hand.
So we do a process of what's called part verification. And in that process, we check the CAD and a number of things in the CAD program. We go ahead and check the CAM or the toolpaths. And when we're done with our toolpaths, we carefully preview as many times as possible, because that's where I catch many of my mistakes. Probably 90% of my mistakes I catch in 3D preview. However, if they get past there, we take it all the way to the machine, and I do what's called air cutting. Have your machine completely ready. Have your material loaded. Be ready on your vacuum, be ready on your dust collection, and just as you're ready to cut the part. Jog back to 0, 0, high enough to stay out of trouble. In other words, we are back now at 0 on X and Y, but we're 1 inch above the material. And I'm ready to cut a part that only goes down 1/4 of an inch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna air cut it by pulling up the file and then offsetting it in 3D. And here's what I'm checking. Did it start where I thought it would start? Is it doing what I thought it was doing? Did my RPM change to what I programmed it for? Is my feed rate correct, and is it running smoothly? I don't run the whole file, but I've just checked everything, and everything seems to be working. Your air cutting is your last line of defense to find out anything that's wrong. So again, be very disciplined in how you verify your parts all the way through. And if it's a new file, always air cut it first. And probably about once or twice a year, you're gonna be very glad you did.
Well, that's only 2 of those. You don't see a third one of that, do you? Can you duplicate it?
I can, yes.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be 3 doors there. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so it had it in there originally, okay.
So these are all the parts that we got.
Yeah.
And then when it nested it, it had a couple extra, but I think this is everything that I was sent.
Yeah, no, that's okay. This has it, because if you notice here, we've only got 1, 2 doors. 1, 2.
And what's it missing?
There's 1, 2, 3 doors.
We'll do this. You take that door, put it right there, double click this, sweep over everything.
Bam!
And we've also been working with the T-Mobile folks because very early on we realized that there's going to be application and development with the developers pack.
So the idea is to actually use the light to trigger out because we are on a scavenger hunt. We just don't have all the components that's needed. But ideally this will trigger the open up the vent.
Yeah.
So you probably need to have some of the structure just to...
Well, this is actually keeping the vent from opening, so when it triggers it, positive pressure opens the vent. Because it's already, because the environmental, so it's already flowing, it's just not flowing into the cart because there's something blocking the vent.
Okay. I'm gonna write you an app,
The same
and
one
it's
that
gonna
we
talk
have.
to the kit,
Right.
and then it's gonna send a signal to open and
This is
close.
the same one that we have our pad in, the notes and the dog and that stuff.
Yeah, that one.
Is that one, right?
Yep. So
that's going to probably be better anyway because we won't sit around and
Yeah.
wait for the temperature to get too high.
They created our whole like app and like sound feature. Yes, relaxing pet music.
So if you want to press that button up top again, or this one here, it'll take that pet away.
Is it just one sound?
No, we can actually do 2. So like you can
One for music and one
one
for
for
play
music
sound.
and one for
Okay.
sound. Yeah.
So the sound we could do like a voice recording of us like
Yeah.
pretending to talk to a pet.
Yeah, so just make it short for the sound,
Yeah.
right? Just make it like under 3 seconds or something.
Okay.
Also, the app is so simple that my grandma could use it.
Oh wait, no, we said I think the next point should be.
It has 4 buttons.
There's a room for me to run the wires.
Yeah, because
We
we can always
hide
just
the rest.
drill a hole, but this whole thing moves. That's what I'm saying. So it has to be like attached to it, but we can attach it to the back. But like wherever, we can just drill a hole wherever the wires have to go through. I'm just trying to think which
I see.
direction makes sense based on how much we have to mount.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one side's going to be the inside of the crate, the other side's going to be the outside.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like you can put food in, like this is the inside of the crate, you can slip it out to you, put food in. So
Well, I guess you can put a cover, if you put it on the back there and you put a covering over it, that stuff.
Yeah,
and
can we
just
do
put
that?
it there and run the
Yeah,
cord through.
yeah.
Can we do that? Okay, let's do that then.
Along with building each prototype, the tool techs work on a handcrafted, made on-site trophy for the winners.
Got this wood honey here. This is actually a Total Boat product. It's an all-natural, food-safe wood finish that we love to use here at Make 48. I got the trophy base here that I'm working on now. I'm gonna do a flood coat with this wood honey, get this really saturated, really penetrating, wipe it all off, and come back and do a few more coats and get a really nice, natural sheen that'll look outstanding. You can already see the disc is just pulling this grain out, and it's just bringing all these natural colors of this wood out. It's phenomenal.
This is the base for the back of the trophy. We're gonna have the trophy leaning against this like that. And then we're using the swoop to attach back here and come around. And then we have to put together the plane. So this will be put in there like that, braised down that, and then we'll attach that to the swoop. So this is gonna look like it's flying off in the front.
It's like just like that.
I'll turn the gas on for you, make sure that's there.
My absolute top tip for developing your new invention idea is to keep it simple, but in hardware specifically, never sacrifice on quality.
And then we have another key feature here too. One of the other things is, when you have your pet coming home from surgery, and I have a dog who's had surgery and stuff too, like whether or not they are eating enough or drinking enough is always kind of a source of stress for the homeowner of like, is this normal? Is this okay? So we have a system here with the T-Mobile technology and sensors. And so the T-Mobile team wired up for us a sensor. So this will be kind of a smart water and food bowl. So it will be monitoring the level that's in the bowl as well as the consumption rate. And then it swivels in and out of that slot down there so that you don't have to pull it in and out of of the crate, you can just turn it out, fill it back up, turn it back in without having to, if the dog's aggressive after surgery or something like that, it gives easier access to the
Very
bowls.
nice.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we should have a pocket, we should have it removable.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so it's
We'll
gonna.
have a removable pocket here, but I'm thinking you plug it in here and the cord goes through. Are you guys done with
But yes, I think if we have a pocket here, have this be detachable, pull it out, keep the cable connected to here, or like it's plugged in here and then plugged in. Like don't sew it in, because if we sew it in, then it defeats the point of having something removable. So I guess next we need to figure out how much foam we need, how much fabric.
Right now, Luke and Priscilla are downstairs helping us figure out how we're gonna get our things sewn together, what parts to cut where, how we're going to get the design just right.
So this is like a hidden zipper. This is something that you would make if you are making like a zip for a dress, not like a pocket. I took 2 pieces, but I laid my zipper piece over it, then had to rip with a seam ripper the stitch I did first, so it was originally closed like that. Once the cover is draped over the crate, the owner can simply have the handle just like this. It's gonna be this kind of hidden like that. Come on, Rover. Let's go.
I got to work with a really great and inspirational tool tech. His name is Jimmy. I was trying to figure out how to put this box together. Jimmy, he's actually blind. He comes over there and he's like, "Hey, can I help you put these screws in?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's put it together." After I helped him through the first couple screws, he was off to the races with putting our box together, and he put all but 2 screws together in our box for us.
This Craig jig here is designed to drill a pocket hole. We take this and we stick it through there. Now, if you watch how it comes out of that, that track, it creates that space inside the wood.
Perfect.
And now one might say, why would you need a pocket hole?
Why would you need a pocket hole?
So now if we were going to try and attach these 2 pieces and we're making a frame, for instance, for like a garden gate, we'd need a really long screw to come in here, and then we're susceptible to splitting the wood,
Yeah.
or a really long screw from here. So how do you do it?
How do you do it?
Use a Craig jig.
Jig.
Make sure you follow the guide on here so the thickness of your wood is the correct setting. And always use a sharp drill bit and a nice fresh sharp driver. So you see those pockets like that?
Beautiful.
What I like to do is obviously clamp it, it's really important, but I like to glue it first and then let the glue tack up.
Extra support.
Once the glue tacks up, that's going to prevent the wood from sliding. You got it. That's it. Thanks, Craig Jake.
Thank you.
On day 2 of our competition, we do a VIP night for the local sponsors, all the people in the area that are education specialists, friends of the host makerspace. They get to go tour around the makerspace facility, as well as meet with the teams and see what they're building.
The harness for it, if you didn't want the storage, you could just have like a harness for it.
Maybe you don't want to lick incisions and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe they won't have to wear
Exactly, yeah.
Years ago, I got to meet the person that programmed for UPS all of the delivery trucks, and I was talking to him and I said, "So what's something special about you?" He goes, "Well, I'm blind," and that's actually a good thing because a person with sight would not be able to solve this problem because I can think abstractly and don't get stuck on all of the problems that a sighted person gets stuck on.
Not great sometimes, but there's a lot of there's like a lot of disadvantages, but then there are like advantages too. So.
It's really important for local businesses, sponsors, and community members to come see what can be possible at a 48-hour invention competition and in amazing maker spaces like where we're at.
One of the things that is fantastic about you doing this and talking about it right now, all these elements are the most important part of your pitch. So this is fantastic. You just walking me through that, like you can see how different this is than everything else because it has everything. Yeah. It combines all of the 4 things, right?
That's what we kept coming back to.
There's a device that's on top of it, like a little device right here, that as soon as the animals get paired with the crate, so this will allow when through transit for the driver to track, the shelter to track, and when the animals arrive, if there's any animals in that transit that are under stress, those shelters will know, okay, we have crate 7 and 10 that these animals need our immediate attention, so let's look at them when they arrive.
I can't wait to see it all done. That'll be great.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Do we need some hot glue? How are we gonna get that battery stick? Or super glue? Super glue?
Yeah, we got all kinds of glue.
But wait, do we need to make that little cut?
Yeah, I'll need to go drill it.
Do you want to drill it, or do you just want to set the battery back and say, what we could do is we could cut this, take that off, and then we could just glue that flat on there and say, you know what I mean?
Well,
Pretend like it's flush and bare.
then what do you do on the other end? Cut it off 2 and then glue these 2 together like that, make it 2 instead of 1.
Good.
Got any scissors in here? Oh, here.
Don't.
If you cut this one off here and this one off there, and glue them together, then you have a trophy.
Right now we're building an acrylic box to house our Vet Guardian device. And this will be attached to the back of our animal crate. Oh, I gotta speed up a little bit here.
You're saying you'd rather have each person record separate?
Yeah.
Bravo. Let's go down here, guys. Come on down here. Okay, here we go. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, go.
The Comfort Cave is the ultimate cozy safe space for your furry friend.
I'm gonna talk to Chris about whether or not.
Yeah! It is 14 hours until the end of the competition, Saturday night, and we are pretty much done with our prototype. This is the full-size crate. All we need to do is kind of add in some electronics and we'll be good to go.
Add some trim pieces as well.
Yeah. So ours is kind of like a baby blue over there. So if we want to match the kind of like
We'll just take them over. Will that help you?
Yeah.
All right, let's take them and put them against the thing and see. It's on you, sir.
I like Midas touch.
You're done. Midas touch.
Midas touch. All right. When you get.
Last night we stayed here until 12:05 in the a.m.
Kind of our last finishing touches, hopefully.
3, 2, 1.
Was the ability to expand this crate.
I thought that was pretty powerful as it almost grew on stage.
All right, this year's winners are.